the cuffs that came in the kit are way smaller than these jumbo cuffs I ended up finding online. So today we're going to talk about how I use this kit I got from Amazon to decorate some twists and some jumbo box braids. I like the result. It was an understated look. I'm going to talk about how I use some braiding string and some of the other accessories in this kit to decorate my jumbo box braids, and then later I use some of the ones I couldn't use on the braids to decorate some twists. And I did a tutorial about how I put these braids in. I'll post a link to that in the description box. But yeah, I really like the way they turned out, and keep watching to see how I accessorize them. So I started out with the jumbo cuffs. These didn't come in the kit. I had to order these separately from Amazon because the ones that came in the kit were way too small. But these are pretty much just flexible metal that you just kind of open and wrap it around the braids. These are one of my favorite accessories. I put a few of these in all over my head. Now I'm separating the braid, and I'm going to use some of the braiding string that came in that kit from Amazon. It's not pre-cut. I had to cut it to be a little bit longer than the length of my braid, and I folded it over. So folded over, it's longer than the braid in my hair. I made a loop and I pulled the string through it to anchor it at the top of my braid so it wouldn't slip. So now that it's anchored, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it around as I move down the braid. So this string is pretty thin, and I doubled it to wrap it down the string, or else it would have been just not enough pop. So this is braiding string, and you can get braiding cord, which is thicker. I continue to wrap this until I get to the end of the braid, and then I'm going to do a loop and a knot to anchor it. I'm going to go ahead and make that loop, pull the string through, and knot it just like I did to start off the braids. And I'm going to do it twice just to make sure it doesn't come loose. And you can cut that end off. I think I ended up leaving it on there. So now I'm going to pull out another piece of this braid. I'm going to use the braiding string to do a crisscross pattern. I'm going to anchor it the same way I did for the other braid. Make a knot, pull it through. If you notice, I have a band-aid on my finger. I cut myself right before I started making this video. So this crisscross pattern didn't come out as nice as I hoped, but I'm going to show y'all anyway. So I had folded the string over, and I'm going to separate it into two and just kind of crisscross it as I come down the braid. Again, this string is really thin. If I had braiding cord, it would have been a little bit thicker, and this looks better with the cord than it does with the string. But I'm just crisscrossing it underneath the braid and then crisscrossing it on top of the braid. And I'm going to do that until I get to the end of the braid. And now that I'm at the end, I'm going to go ahead and make a loop and pull it through to anchor it, just like I did the other braid. And I'm trying to show the X pattern, but it didn't come out as nicely as I hoped because my finger is messed up and the string is pretty thin. I'm taking it all out. So these are, I just used the two things, the braiding string and the braiding cuffs for the braids. You can keep watching. I'll show how I use some of the other accessories that came in that Amazon kit later. to accessorize some twists I had done in my hair. But yeah, I really like these braids and I kept them in for a while. And like I said before, I have a video of how I installed these braids, and I will link to that in the description box below. But now I'm going to talk about how I use these on twists. Okay, so when I did my jumbo box braids, there were a few accessories that came in a kit from Amazon that I did not use. One of them was one of these little spring thingies. These are cool, they're easy to put on your hair. You just gotta put your hair through it and slide it on up. See, these twists might be a little too thin for it, and I think the jumbo box braids were a little too big. One of the other things that I did not use are these charms. This one is a shell. It would snag the hair when I was trying to put it into the box braids, so I didn't really use them for that. But they work okay and cute in these little twists. Another thing I did not use from the Amazon kit were these cuffs. The cuffs that came in the kit are way smaller than these jumbo cuffs I ended up finding online. So these would not fit over the braids that I had. So I'm gonna put this size on one of these twists. This size is the jumbo size. It's meant for bigger braids. And the cuff is easy. You open it and slide up. And that's that for the cuff. We have like the springs in a different color, which are cute. And put that through. Yeah, so I like that, and that's how these springy things, they stretch. So technically you could, but I didn't like the look. And try to use one of these braids. One of these twists. I mean, yeah, so you could elongate. That's not my favorite look, but it could work. Also these crosses, and like I said, in the jumbo box braids, these were hard to fit in there. But it's like some crosses, stars. They're cute. A leaf. Oh, this is a little turtle. These are cute, and they work well on these braids because I can kind of like wrap the clip around the whole thing. For the box braids, I would have had to like put it through part of the braid, and it was making the braids more fuzzy. And this little leaf.